Hi, this is Jim Seimas.
And I'm Andrew Matheson for double coverage. Our week 9.
9 is done.
9 recap for all of the games that we didn't see.
All the game we covered.
All of the game we covered, yeah. Scheduling conflict. Jim didn't really get to see any games this week.
I did. San Jose State lost to San Diego State.
He did see that one.
That doesn't really count.
No, it does not.
You saw the Ducks losing to Stanford.
I saw the Ducks lose to Stanford, yeah.
Good $150 spent.
Yeah.
Anyway.
$300.
Yes. It's much cheaper to go to a local high school.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Much cheaper to go to a high school football game in the area for $5, isn't it?
It is.
Good deal.
And especially when it's free because we don't pay.
Yes,
yeah.
That's true.
But we only saw one game on the slate, unfortunately. That's just how it happened. SoCal SLV, and we'll talk a little bit about playoff stuff later on the show as well. But of all the games, that's the one we saw.
Yes.
SoCal big winners, 42-0 over SLV. It was their senior night. They snapped a 2-game losing streak, of course, which they needed to do to stay in the playoff hunt. And Daniel Fisher was the big go-getter. 19 carries, 204 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not to be outdone, Brandon Wolfinger had 119 yards as well and a touchdown. And 14-0 at halftime. SLV was kind of in it. And then just a 28-point third quarter, including an interception return, about 55 yards by Tanner Mahalik to the end zone. Kind of blew it open.
That seems to be the thing with SLV this year. They've kind of been, teams have been pulling away in the second half, it seems like. Yeah. Just kind of getting worn, thin on numbers, getting worn a little bit. Yeah.
Talked to Dave Petzinger. He said about 27 players they dressed in the entire game. I actually thought their offense wasn't bad, aside from, 0 points. But, they were moving the ball. Isaac Newberry was doing the short underneath passes. That opened the field up a little bit for Chell Johnson on the fly sweeps. The problem is that their youth, obviously we've mentioned that every week, but the false start penalty or the first down where they get like -2 yards, they haven't found a way to overcome that just yet. So they'll be move the ball, and then they get a penalty. It'll be 1st and 15, and now it's suddenly like, crap.
Penalties have killed them all year, quite honestly.
Yeah.
So it looked like SoCal did what they wanted on the ground, though.
Oh, yeah.
They controlled the clock and got prepped for their final game. And
not in the third quarter. Third quarter, I think they scored 28 points on about 10 plays.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quick scores, and then including that Tanner Mahalik play, and it was kind of over.
They have some speed. And they showed some stuff, obviously, with the shutout, but some stuff on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
I love saying guys who get sacks. Blake Allhart and John Wenger.
Yep.
So congrats to those guys. All right, we normally don't give love to teams that we don't cover or games we don't cover.
Never.
But PV snapped its Monterey Bay League losing streak.
Golf clap.
Good.
Golf clap for the Grizz.
Too loud.
Oh, excuse me, the Grizzlies. They hate the Grizz. They hate what we call the Grizz.
Grizz clap.
35-game losing streak in league play.
Yeah.
It started with North Monterey County. It ends with North Monterey County. So, sorry, contours.
Well, it didn't actually. Yeah, I got you. I was going to say it didn't start. The losing streak didn't start.
No,
ended.
Their last win was against North Monterey County back in 2007, and now it's now they get to finish it with they end it with North Monterey County again.
They love North County.
Cabrillo, another big win for them on the road at West Valley.
We went unbeaten in our picks this week.
I think we did.
Oh yeah,
we did.
So anyway.
Thank you.
Let's just jump in. We're going to have our previews next week, but let's just say some teams have some big games next week because there's quite a few now.
There's 3 biggies.
Okay.
Not to discount anyone else, but there's 3 ones with big playoff implications.
Aptos is in the playoffs.
Aptos is in the playoffs, but they're at SLV, and if they win that, then they sew up an outright title.
All right.
No matter what, no tiebreaker, none of that stuff.
Gotcha. Scotts Valley's in very good shape right now. They have 7 wins. That'll get them in. But not automatically. They could get us at large.
They're going to be at Santa Cruz next week. If Santa Cruz pulls out a win, it's going to complete wrench into the system, and we could be looking at 3-3-2 teams in the SECAL.
Quite honestly, we're not smart enough to figure out what happens then.
No.
It's that confusing.
There's so many stupid tiebreakers.
Yes.
There's a whole list and whatever.
Yeah.
We'll, if that happens, we'll get to it.
Then we'll have answers. Santa Cruz, obviously, big game. Same
Against
thing. I'm just
SoCal,
going down the list. And SoCal, big game.
SoCal, huge game. Because they're right now
on the cusp.
They're on the cusp. If everything kind of plays out how we expect, Aptos wins, Scotts Valley wins, and SoCal wins. SoCal would be vying for that at-large berth in CCS playoffs. Not a guarantee that they're going to get in.
No.
And basically what they need to do is kind of do their own thing against Harbor.
And get a little help.
They probably need Leland to win their game. Leland, of course, they played in the preseason, and right now is 5-1 in the Mount Hamilton division. They're vying for that league title. Next week, Leland plays Independence, and if they beat Independence,
champions, right?
likely championship, which means SoCal gets bonus points.
Yes,
that whole deal.
Yes.
So SoCal wins. Leland, they're hoping Leland wins, I imagine, and that would be huge.
Yeah.
Would it be enough? We don't know how all the PowerPoint thing shakes out.
But they want to help their cause in any way they can and get a little help.
Yes. So if that happens, SoCal would be in Division 4, along with Scotts Valley. Aptos would be in Division 3. The big deal with Aptos in that division is, does Valley Christian get the bump up to the open division?
We'll find out later.
We'll find that out later.
Yes.
They're looking good to get that, but we don't know just yet. But
so 4 teams with some playoff implications next week. So
yes.
Big week. So
and we'll talk about it more in the preview show next week.
Awesome.
The last thing I forgot to mention regarding the whole playoff thing.
Yes.
St. Francis, the independent team. Where are they?
They're a B League.
They're a B League team. Even though they're not competing in a B League or any league for that matter, they did win enough games by the CCS rule to be considered a B League team. They're going to go 5-5, I believe, this year. An A team. I think it's like if you win 7 or more, you're an A League. Below that, B League. Below that, C League.
Yeah,
if you
4
win
to 7, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good for everybody that played them.
Yes.
Because it's like they were just in the league all along.
Yeah.
So
worked out.
Yeah. But again, we'll talk about that next week. That does it for this week's show. You can check us out online. You can check us out on Twitter. We're on Tout. We're on Google Play. We're on the Apple iOS.
We're on Facebook.
We're on Facebook.
Like our Facebook page.
Like the Facebook page.
And most importantly, we're on SantaCruzSentinel.com/football.